Hey guys, my name is Katie. I'm the LCP of Appalachian State in Boone, North Carolina. If you don't know where Boone is, that's okay. It's really small, and nobody else really knows where it is either. I'm from North Carolina. I lived here for 13 years. I was born in California, and let's see, try to think more about me. Oh, I'm Italian. I'm loud. Could be because I'm Italian. I talk with my hands. Also could be because I'm Italian. And I tell really bad jokes, and I'm usually not very funny. So that's about me. That's, pretty much. But why I'm here is because I would like to Faci the OGT session for Roks. I've always really had an interest in OGT, especially like on a national level. I was involved before I was a VP. I was involved with the NST doing IR. I was involved working with Amanda during steering team, the first two steering teams. I did a lot, like helped a lot with OGT, and that was part of like my main output. And I also have, when I was a TL, I was at Roks and I kind of got to be Amanda's assistant a little bit at SoCo, so it was really cool to be able to work with her hands-on and things like that at the conference. I think teaching people, especially about like a function that I'm very passionate about, is one of the best parts of the job. When I was a VP and a TL and I got new members and got to teach them about OGT, it was, I think, my most like prideful moment. And being able to like hand over the next generation like the knowledge and things like that, and like give them the power to become like leaders in a function that really needs leaders, is like the most impactful part. And I think the best part for me, like as a person. Also, I think it's going to be really cool because when I was a VP, I worked a lot with virtual EPs. Especially, I think OGT is going to very much benefit from the virtual expansion project that MC Apollo is doing. So it'll be really cool to learn more about that and also to be able to teach that, because I did a lot of virtual EP management from reverse matches and just like natural leads that we get at Appalachian. So that's really cool. If I were explaining ISIC to my grandparents, let's see, I would have to start by telling them that there's ISIC in Italy, or they probably like would not be interested. So I would be like, Grandma, Grandpa, Grandma and Papa. Let's see, it's ISEC is this nonprofit organization. We develop students because young people are the ones who are going to make this world better. I would probably actually, I would probably start by asking them if they thought the world was like how they thought like it was, like, is it great? Does it need improvement? Things like that. And then I know they wouldn't say that it was great. I know they'd be like, Italy's great, but nowhere else, they're a little crazy. But I tell them that we, the youth around the world, are here to change the world and to make it a better place. And we do that by sending people abroad. And they've always been very big advocates for travel, especially coming from Europe. They were big travelers. And when my dad lived there as a kid, like they did a lot of traveling and learning about other cultures. So I think they'd be like very engaged with that. And I've talked to them a lot about it. So this is actually kind of a fun question. But again, always have to mention ISIC in Italy. It's there. So they'll be excited. And I would tell them that we develop the leadership skills in the youth through these cross-cultural exchanges. And hopefully that they can come back to their home countries to teach other people or to become a part of an ISIC chapter. So I think that's how I tell Grandma and Papa how, ISIC works. They're pretty simple people, so I'd have to be like real simple with it. But yeah, and then they'd probably ask like, okay, so how are you going to be involved with ISIC in Italy? And I'd have to say, all right, Grandma, Grandpa, I don't live there. So that's how that one would end. And let's see, what unique value I would bring to the conference. Having been a part of like a OC, I know like conferences can be very hectic, can be frantic and things like that, but I think that like I can manage stress and things like that really well. I'm pretty quick on my feet and I don't let a lot of things bother me. So when things go wrong, like it's not really going wrong, it's just different from what you thought. So it's just, I can act pretty fast on that. And I think that's something pretty like unique and valuable to have, especially in a conference setting, because there's not a lot of time to act, and there's also not a lot of time to be dwelling on things that have happened. So if something goes wrong, per se, like I really don't dwell on it. I'm kind of like, all right, let's move on. I'm pretty easygoing. So I think that's like something I can very much bring to the conference. Just a very like laid back, but like get it done kind of attitude. But anyways, that's all. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.